This is Shred, and you're watching Secret Trick to Composing. Don't tell anyone. I get the question, how do you write music, a lot these days. It can be a daunting task staring at a blank page. Or waiting for inspiration to strike. Over the years, I found a secret trick that works for me every time, though. And it's this: beer. No, just kidding. It's actually carbs. In all seriousness, the secret to writing music is limitations. Here's what I mean. When you sit down to write, take a compositional technique like pedal point. Experiment for a little while, and before you know it, you've got a few bars. Compositional techniques are proven to make music. Mozart, Bach, Gustav Holst, Arnold Schoenberg, all of these guys use specific compositional techniques to write music. They didn't practice sweep picking for 10 hours a day. Yes. They practice composing for 10 hours a day. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you some of the secret compositional techniques I use to write music. So grab your axe and let's get to it. Now, the first compositional device, and by far the most important, is pedal tones. Now, pedal tone is just a repeated note while other things are going on, like I demonstrated earlier. And in this example, I'm using an F-sharp gallop pedal tone. And then I put an F-sharp major chord on top and change that to an F-sharp minor. Now that's using negative harmony or borrowing from the parallel minor mode. So get these pedal tones down, then ask MAB for the keys to the Lamborghini and put the pedal to the metal.
I'm going to give you the keys to the Lamborghini.
Now the next compositional device is tritone chords. Now with tritone chords, you just play two major chords a tritone apart. Has a very wicked sound. Is Igor the most metal composer of all? What do you think? Put your answer in the comments. Now the next compositional device is the G Dorian mode. I always think of the chord from Shine On You Crazy Diamond when I think of Dorian. And this chord is a perfect harmonic snapshot of the Dorian sound. It's got a minor chord, plus it's got the tendency tone, the raised sixth E. So try borrowing creatively from other composers. And the idea is not to sound exactly like the original, but to make it your own. But if Gilmore ever sees this, I'm Next, we're going to talk about a neoclassical compositional device. So this is an Yngwie Malmsteen 4-note sequence, and the idea is to outline a chord progression with the lick. A lot of times I hear licks just going nowhere. It's a real problem. But here I'm thinking G sharp minor, and then G sharp minor major 7, back to G sharp minor, and then C sharp minor over G sharp. So you can hear a harmonic movement through it. And for God's sakes, when you play this lick, do not eat donuts.
I don't like donuts, alright?
What was that? Where can you get the tabs for this video? Excellent question. I'll leave a link to the tabs and the MP3 file for the music in this video at my Patreon page below. There I upload a new concept in music theory for you to work on every day. So head on over, sign your soul away to me, and receive my 666 compositional power. Now, when you're writing music, a really important thing to do is to repeat yourself. When you repeat yourself, try making little changes. This is what we call repetition and development in music composition. So here we're back to the Gilmore section, except I've modulated up a whole step and I'm exploring a different color of the Dorian mode. Here's some Dorian chords. Making those little changes keeps everything fresh and keeps people invested. I'm going to invest in kicking your ass if you don't get these techniques down. And one thing we haven't discussed yet is transition material. Transition material is creating a smooth flow from one section to the other. And one way you can do that is to inject a point of dissonance in the piece. So I'm using the D-sharp diminished scale to do that here. By using this dissonance, when you finally do arrive at the next part, it feels more natural and resolved. Diminished scales are dark and twisted, like the far corners of my blackened soul. Now up next is quarrel harmony. In Western music, we use tertian harmony or harmony based on thirds. But with quarrel harmony, you put a perfect fourth interval in between each note. Very cool 20th century harmony technique, and you also hear it in video game scores a lot. Now, the last compositional technique we're going to talk about is polyrhythms. A polyrhythm is just having two or more rhythms occur simultaneously. You can kind of hear the weirdness there. And the way I achieved that effect was using counterpoint. So the first bar is the prime, and then the next bar is the retrograde, or playing that first rhythm backwards. I'm having different parts in the music play both of those lines at the same time. Now I have to say, guys, using compositional techniques, I wrote the music in this video in about 2 hours, which is really fast considering there's 13 lines of instrumentation. But when you use these compositional techniques, it just pours out of you. Now I read pretty much all the comments, and I have to say I love the ingenuity and creativity I see in you guys. So let's keep working on our compositional chops and forget about sweet picking 10 hours a day. Then people might want to actually listen to your music. Pick up a shirt if you want to support the cause and look like a badass. And until next time, shred till you're dead.